There is a big gulf. Like Has says, there's a big gulf. And unfortunately, Pakistan couldn't produce their best game either to see if that helps them get closer to India on the day, and India are far too good.
All right, well, there are going to be plenty of questions asked of Pakistan. I'm sure Misbah has some questions as well. So too, MuralI Karthik, who would be proud of the fact that Kuldeep Yadav, who he detailed in his analysis during the IPL about perhaps that little extra that he needs to put in with his body, and that almost came through in what should be the ball of the tournament so far, to Babar Azam. Alexis Nunes has both those fine men with her in Manchester. Misbah to her left and Karthik to her right. I wonder which way she wants to go first. Thank God she's Caribbean. Go for it, Alexis.
Indeed. Thanks so much, Ranak. Well, there's only one game that could definitely bring Misbah out of his hotel room into the cold and into the rain and the grayness, especially when Pakistan, of course, didn't put out the performance that you probably would have expected them to put out, especially in a match as big as this. But let's start off with some of the points that Mike just pointed out. Just with the ball, probably not as disciplined, and worse, in the field, we saw some instances where they could have run out Rohit Sharma, went to the wrong end, and that just pretty much summed up the performance today.
Yeah, obviously, those are the factors, and that basically just points to the mental weakness. Under pressure, you need to be calm and grab those opportunities. Otherwise, I mean, that could happen to you. And these are the points which normally leads you to a poor performance, and that's the difference in a poor and a good performance in a match like that. Rohit Sharma, such a key player at that stage. If we would have just taken him out, I mean, that would have been a huge difference in the game. But overall, Pakistan under pressure right from the start. They are just making mistakes in their team selection. Not sure which is their best 6 batsmen, who are their best 5 bowlers. So these sort of mistakes only been done by a team who's already in pressure, and I think that what Pakistan been doing in the whole tournament. So not consistent, not disciplined. India was clinical. India was more disciplined in all 3 departments, and I think that's where they've been performing well against Pakistan in these pressure games, especially in the World Cups.
And talk to me just a little bit more about Pakistan's attitude, especially in such a big occasion like this match. Do you think they looked already a bit defeated before even a ball was bowled, really?
Yeah, that was the case even against Australia. They just started like that, and no energy in the field. The ballers just running in, not putting the ball in the right area. I mean, it's the matter of who's just going to hit the first punch against such supreme positions where you are playing against some of the top teams in the world. So you need to be slightly ahead. And I think the way we started, we were just not energetic in the field right from the word go. Only AMIR was just pushing, and he was just bowling like he was attacking. But from other side, we were just letting their pressure off, and that actually cost us the game.
All right, well, clearly the India fans are having fun behind us. We'll get to Murali, who I know is the happier bunny of the two, but let's quickly talk about Pakistan's batting there. We saw a partnership being created there with Fakhar and Babar, but unfortunately, again, Mike pointed out that you're getting these starts, you're getting to the 30s, maybe the 40s, but still nobody was there to just carry the innings through and at least put up something defendable. So what's going on there, you think?
I think that's what in the studio they were talking about, that we put good performances against England, and that's where England and India are different. England got similar sort of bowling attack. They don't have the quality spinners, mystery spinners like India have in the middle overs, and that's now being exposed today. Pakistan's inability to play the mystery spin or wrist spinners who can bowl googlies, and they were unable to pick. I mean, dismissal of Babar Azam can clearly show that he wasn't sure which way the ball is going, and that actually cost us the game. Even Fakhar Zamani was having no clue against Kuldeep that how to play him, and dot balls, don't know what to do, and then suddenly a sweep shot got out. So that's what we were saying in the pre-match show, that this is going to be, in the mid-show, that this is going to be the test of Pakistan batting lineup in the middle overs, how they're going to play the Indian spinners on this pitch where even Imad was getting a little bit of turn.
All right, well, Ronak said it best. Seventh heaven for India, and someone who's definitely in heaven and has had this smile on his face all day is MuralI. So, MuralI, let's come to you. We just heard what Misbah said about, Pakistan's attitude with the ball in the field and as well with the bat. India completely different in this one. It's almost swag, and I got a lot of time for swag, MuralI, and that clearly is something that this India team has.
Yeah, you can talk about the confidence. Confidence is a big thing in sport, isn't it? And obviously, India are a confident bunch. They have had the better of Pakistan, so that is in the back of the mind. And as everyone in the studio said, I got a feeling watching the Pakistanis move around in the field that they were bogged down by the fact that they had to turn one. Yes, there was support for them in the crowd, but at the end of the day, it's the players who have to do it. That's where I think they were lacking. It's not as if the Wahab Riazes of the world, the Shadab Khans of the world don't know how to bowl. The Hasan Alis, they're all very, very good bowlers, but it's just that sometimes when it's a collective failure, when people aren't bowling well together, when people aren't batting well together, you don't get those results. Again, you are unpredictable. They did that against England, but today, when you start flat, it never took off from there, and that's where India were superb. The way they fielded, I think Virat Kohli set the tempo. Some of the saves to the left and right, I think it just lifts you up, even if you bowl a bad ball. Some of the things which happened when the Pakistanis were fielding were very, very different. The body language was down. Even the captain, you can't be remonstrating too much in a game like this. You want Sarfaraz to be calm. You don't want him to frazzled
show too much emotion.
You want to exude that kind of confidence to the bowler as well. I think it starts from everywhere, and that's where India were superb. Huss pointed it very nicely. There's a huge gulf. The deficiencies can creep in, and in a game, in a big situation like that, if you're not up for it, then the deficiencies look even bigger.